Hello, and welcome back to FroManMark's Editing Challenge. Roll the intro.
FroManMark's Editing Challenge.
Welcome back to FroManMark's Editing Challenge. What is an editing challenge, you may ask? Well, I, Mark, take the photos, you at home edit the photos. Whether you're a photographer or someone who's never touched a camera before, everyone is welcome to enter the editing challenge because everyone sees the world differently. And it's so cool when you get these edits back to see just how different they all look, because everyone thinks they should look a certain way. And there's no wrong or right way, it's art, it's all opinion, so it's so cool to see all the different styles we get. So that's why the editing challenge is a thing. Now, it is a challenge, not a competition. There's no winners, no losers, so feel free to enter if you would like. Enter the editing challenge, see what you can do, and unleash your creativity and leave your Froman mark on the world with our editing challenge. Now, speaking of the editing challenge, before we get into the photos, I just want to shout out this video right here. Roll it.
What's up, Mark? I'm here with the Magical Glizzy, here to say FroManMark's Editing Challenge.
Stuff like this will love it. I absolutely love it. So shout out to JaySanta and B1. That was great. JaySanta, obviously the one who helped create the jingle to begin with for the intro. So that's JaySanta. Thank you so much for that. That made my day. So yeah, the editing challenge. You know, let's get into it. Let's start talking about week 16. Crazy 16. So week 16 is this photo I took in Georgia. Me and Jay went down to Georgia to visit Laura for her son's first birthday party. And well, like I've always wanted to take a photo like this in Georgia with it's like one of those like walkways or like roads where like the trees kind of just like, you know, like they just kind of like overlap and it just like goes on forever. So this was like a spot I found. We get there and you had to pay $10. We parked and we had to pay $10 to go down the road. And I was like, I just want to take a photo of the road. And the guy's like, nah, you gotta pay the $10 to go, just because like it's $10 entry to the park. And I was like, I just want to take a photo of this, the entrance. He's like, yeah, you gotta pay 10. So it was two of us. So I compromised and they let me pay $10 so both of us can just walk and take photos. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was a cool spot to see, you know. So I feel like I got gypped a little bit, but hey, that's what a lot of you don't see is the money and the time and the crazy stuff spent to get these photos. But so we got to the park, we got the photo. This is the photo I chose to go with for the editing challenge. But I got a few other ones, but this was the one I chose to go with. This is the one I chose to go with. So without further ado, here are the camera settings for the photo, what lens I used, aperture, all that stuff here. It's all on screen right now, so any photographers home can see and understand. And if you have any questions to why I used the settings I did, comment down below and we can get a conversation going. Or email me, whatever you want to, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm all about conversations here. So without further ado, FroManMark's Editing Challenge, week 16. Let's get into the photos. Let's grab the iPad and see what you at home did to this edit. So my favorite thing about this photo before we look at the edits is just, you know, it's cool because the sun was glaring. It was a very bright day. So you can kind of see it has the shadows. And like, I would have loved even lighting. It had like a cloudy day, so it's just like even the whole way through with the walkway. But I do kind of also like how uneven the shadows are coming through the branches. It does kind of add a little bit of character and texture to the photo. So it was kind of one of those, like, I didn't have a choice of the weather. I mean, I probably would have preferred cloudy, but I guess it's like I have to live with this. This was the time we got to go, so it's like it is what it is. That's the only thing that sucks when you travel as a photographer. There's a lot of times you get to spots, you have one shot at it. Like that's your time to be there, and if the weather isn't ideal, you're kind of screwed. So that's like one thing that's cool about like those AI apps and stuff, like for editing apps, like changing the sky. A lot of times, like I use that mostly if I am shooting something and I'm there for, I only have a half hour to shoot this thing, and it's, you know, bright out. There's not a single cloud in the sky. I can use it to kind of add a little bit more texture to the photo, since like I can't go back and shoot whenever I want, you know. So that's like a number one reason for the tool. But yeah, it was, you know, it's cool because like with this photo, if you zoom in, you kind of see just like how like long. And like it does have that like kind of like forever effect, which is like really cool. So without further ado, let's do the iPad shows first. Let's see the first edit. First we have Nick. Here's Nick's before and after. So Nick did a cool job. First off, I love the greens. The greens really pop. It's a really cool shade of green. And I love the sky. You know, it kind of took the blues, made them more of like a purplish pink. And I think the pinker. We're gonna go with pinkle. The pink purple goes really well with the greens. I think it flows really well. So I think he did a really cool job on this one. So really good job on this one, Nick. I like it. You know, the colors just go really well. So Solid job, buddy. Next we have Tom Fox. Here's Tom Fox's before and after. So Tom Fox did like a kind of old school kind of edit on this one, which I like really, you know. Like I said, I've said multiple times, if you watch this every day, every week, I'm not a fan of grain. Photo like this is where I think grain really does work really well. So really cool job, really good usage of grain on this one in my opinion. I really like the colors. You know, he kind of went for more of an orange feel, so it has that kind of fall vibe. And I feel like the fade also has a little bit of orange tint to it as well. So it kind of, not only are the leaves and trees orange, but like kind of like the whole photo has like an orangey tint to it, which I think really flows well. And also if you zoom in, you can see he got rid of the cars. There's 2 cars going down since this is an active road at the very end, and he got rid of those cars. So really good job on that one, buddy. Overall, I also really like the blues. Looking at this now, the shade of blue he decided to go with the sky really works well with the oranges. So the blue and oranges really go well. Like the blue and the orange and teal looks really good there, and then the greens pop well. So the whole photo looks really cool, really timely, and really good job on this one. Good job, Tom. Next we have Brian. Here's Brian's before and after, and yo, this one's sick. Honestly, like, I don't know what Brian did to this. Like, it looks like he upped the detail, which is a very Brian thing. You know, that's my favorite thing about doing this editing challenge every week or every other week now, is just like you kind of get like an idea of what people are gonna do. And honestly, like the trees, like they're so dark in this edit. So like the trees kind of like, they're like, the trees are just like flat black. And I think that looks really cool and really creepy. And just like the greens look really well. The shadows kind of have a lot more texture to it in my opinion in this photo. So I think this one's like a really cool, kind of like a more like creepy edit. So I feel like this is a really cool vibe to this one. So really slick job. I really like this one, Brian. Good job. Next we have Brianna. Here's Brianna's before and after. And Brianna did a superb job with these colors. You know, I think the greens really hit well. The purples really hit well. She did the same thing with that. Her and Nick had the same idea with the purple and green color fusions. The 2 people have done this every week had the same idea on this one. That's kind of really funny and really interesting. But no, this one looks really cool. I like how it's a little bit darker, so it kind of has a lot more mood to the photo. So I feel like that's a really cool look. But oh yeah, I mean, it really does work well. You know, the greens and the purples. So I think overall it has a really cool vibe to the photo, and it's just a superb coloring on this one. So really good job, Brianna. Also, Brianna, the pineapples, I'm wearing these for you. Next we have Dom. Here's Dom's before and after. So Dom did a cool job brightening it up. I really like the blues he went with in this one. The trees are kind of a bit more yellow than green, so it looks like the grass is just looks a little dead. He tilted it. I'm not really sure why he did that. So Dom, please let me know why you tilted it. But he tilted it, so which I mean, it adds a little bit of artistic vision to it. So that's, you know, no right or wrong way to do it in my opinion. I'm just interested to why, but it is tilted, which is a very interesting look. And then yeah, no, the colors look cool. Like the yellow, it's a different feel. I feel like my favorite thing about this is definitely the blues. And it looks like the sun rays have a little bit more detail coming through, like through the trees. So I think that's a really cool look on this one. So good job, Dom. Very interesting, very different. Next we have Jenny. Here's Jenny's before and after. So Jenny did a cool job. You know, first off, the colors look nice and bright. It's like a nice summery day in here. The green's a little bit more yellow, which works. She also added a lot more sun flare to the sun, so you can really see the sun rays coming through the trees, which I like really a lot. It's just an overall really bright and nice edit. You know, looks good. Still very colorful, which I like. The blues look cool. You know, overall, just a nice bright day. It's like a nice summer day, and it's got some good vibes to it. So good job on this one, Jenny. Next we have my edit. Here's my before and after. So this one, this one's an interesting one for me. So this one was, I used the new Photoshop for this one. So basically what I did was I edited it in Lightroom. I got the blues I wanted to be. I wanted the blues to really stand out a lot. And I really wanted the greens to kind of be very vibrant green. Green's my favorite color, so I really wanted like a nice vibrant green with this one. So what I did was then I extended the photo, which was something I really wanted to try. So I actually used the new AI Photoshop to generate more of the image. So I extended the photo to make it a little bit wider, which I thought was really crazy to do. And then I added this figure just walking into it. I felt like it would look cool, you know, to have just someone like walking through this forest. So I did that. So I literally have this guy just like walking through the woods here. So I thought that was a cool little different thing to add. Like I thought it'd be a little creative. It does, in my opinion. I was debating it because like it kind of gets rid of the foreverness because he's blocking, you know, the full, like the road going on forever. But at the same time, like I said, on these challenges, sometimes I challenge myself to do something I've never done before, something that's different. So I figured, you know what, why not? Let me try it. So I did that, and then I also went in and I added sun flare as well. So I added some sun flare to the sun coming down to give it a little bit more texture to it. So that is my edit. I hope you enjoy it. I obviously enjoy it. So let's check out the next one. And last but not least, on this photo, we have Taylor. Here's Taylor's before and after. And yo, this is sick. This one's awesome. I love how the the trail is lit up. I love the fog effect. I love the dark blues. It kind of looks like you're walking in like a video game at night. It just has that really creepy aesthetic, like a fairy tale kind of vibe. And I think this one's awesome. I really dig this one. I think it's a really interesting edit. The fog just had such a good taste. Chef's kiss on this one. Really good job on this one, Taylor. It's dark, it's moody, it's foggy. This one's awesome. I really like this one. This is a different style. I wouldn't have thought to do something like this. So really cool job on this one. And there we have it. That is week 16. We still have week 17, so don't go anywhere. So week 17, let's roll the intro and get back into it.
FroManMark's editing challenge.
Welcome back. I know it hasn't been a long break, but week 17 now. Week 17 is a photo I took in Dumbo on a bridge. I think I was there with Vinny and Nadine for this one. We just took a random trip after work one night. It was, I think, like 2 in the morning when I took this photo, and I wanted to get those streaks, so it was a long exposure, of course. So on screen now are going to be the camera settings for this photo, so you'll see that it is a long exposure. It was a hard time because the bridge does shake due to the train that comes through once in a while, and the traffic, so you have to kind of wait for there to be low traffic so that your long exposure is not shaking your camera, so you're able to actually get a solid, good long exposure. But with that being said, let's check out the edits for this photo. Let's see what y'all did at home. I'm excited to see it. This one's always fun because there's so much going on. There's so much you can do to this one. First up, we have Tom Fox. Here's Tom Fox's before and after. So Tom Fox did a cool job with this one. Looks like he did a lot of masking. The sky looks really cool. And one fun fact, I didn't even realize this until I started editing myself. There are some stars in the photo. Once I was editing mine, I was like, oh wow, like there's actually some stars. It's actually really cool. You know, what a long exposure, obviously you can see that, but a lot of times with the city light, you're not gonna catch that. So that was like a really cool little extra thing. He masked out the buildings, which I think really works in this one. The colors really stand out. Everything really stands out in this. I feel like the detail is really cool here. So really cool job on this one, dude. I like it. It's a little bit different. I like the kind of like the black border around the city. It's a little bit different, but I guess that's probably from the mask. But it kind of adds a little bit like a weird like trippy effect to it, and then you have like the blue sky behind him, so I feel like it's a different effect, but it's cool, and I love seeing the different stuff here, so good job on this one, buddy. Next we have here's my before and after. So fun fact, so this edit I was working on it actually last night, so like Thursday night at like 11:30 I'm working on this finally. I was like, oh wait, I should probably edit my own photos for this challenge. So I edited it in Lightroom. I really wanted to make the blues pop. So I moved the temperature down to blue to make the blues pop more, and I was fighting with it because I still wanted the tail light, so like the red trail on the right, I really want to stand out. So I was trying to fight with it to get like the reds to really pop a little bit still, without like overdoing it. That's like my biggest thing I want with Lightroom still, and like since I've been like using Lightroom for the past years, like it's so many amazing improvements. The improvement I want the most still is the color grader, where you can do each color individually and masking. That would be so sick, so I can mask that out and up the reds. Like that's what I want. But yeah, because like if you look at like the buildings, some of the buildings have some reds on it, so I just didn't want to like, overdo it. So I spent a while just doing that, trying to get to like the right color temperature I wanted, where the city was blue. That still worked, and like it didn't overdo it with the road. Like I was just kind of battling with it. And so I sent the photo to Brianna, and she was like, it's missing something. I'm like, I know, like I don't know what it is. Like I shouldn't have waited till the last minute to do this. And then I went back and I added the moon, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna add a moon. So I added a moon, and that's really what. So I added the moon to kind of give a little bit more of a pizzazz in this. Like I said, with the edit challenge photos, I always try to take it a notch above what I normally would do. But yeah, so this one, cooled the temperature, added the moon to it. You still see some of the stars, which are cool. Those are actually real, which I think is really cool. And you have the lights with the long exposure. So yeah, so that is my edit. I hope you enjoy it, and let's see what everyone else did. So let's go on to the next one. Next we have Brian. Here's Brian's before and after, and this one's great to go after mine because mine had the blue and this one is a little bit more orange. So it looks like the temperature gauge went the other way, and I love that. So I feel like this is a really cool job. I feel like the colors really pop really well here with like kind of the orange tint. I really like the colors and the reflection of the water. I feel like those colors look really cool here. I also like this because the sky is dark and it kind of gives it a little bit more of like a darker feel and like a nighttime feel, which I think is cool, and you can still see the stars. So I love this. The details pop in this one, so it's a really cool job. Good job on this one, Brian. Next we have Taylor. Here's Taylor's before and after. Yo, Taylor, crushing it these 2 weeks, or this episode. I love it. I love the filter you threw on it to kind of make it look like you're looking through like a window, and after it rains you have like the raindrops on the camera, which I think is a really cool touch to this one. And then the colors of the city just look really cool. It has like kind of like a rainbow feel to it, which I think looks really cool. A lot of colors, a lot of the colors really popping on this one, so I think that's really cool. So I really like the blues where the headlights are coming at you on the left hand side of the street. Like instead of it like being white, it's kind of blue. I feel like that really goes well. So this is a really creative job. So a really good job on this one, Taylor. Next we have Dom. Here's Dom's before and after. So Dom had a very similar feel. You know, we went with the blues, went with the temperature up. I love that. Obviously, it looks great. Overall, the photo just looks, you know, the edit is slick. The reds are popping in this, which I really like. And the buildings aren't overdoing it, which I really think is a really cool touch on that one. So, you know, it's nice. It's a cool edit. Get it? Because, you know, temperature is cool. No, it's a really cool job on this one. It's slick. There's no rockets, unfortunately. But yeah, no, this is a really nice edit. The colors pop. It's a very colorful one. So really good job on this one, buddy. Next we have Jenny. Here's Jenny's before and after. Jenny. That's so funny. Jenny also added a moon. I love that. She also added some stars, which I enjoy. And I also enjoy how she didn't add the stars right above the city. So it kind of looks a little bit more natural because, you know, you're not going to see stars right above the city. Of course, the city light pollution is going to give it away. But I like how kind of gradually she added stars up to the top of the photo. I think that's a really cool look. And the colors pop really well. You know, the city vibe is really still nice. It also has the blue sky, so like it kind of has like the cooler temperature in the sky, but the city still looks nice and bright. So I think this is a really cool job, a really slick edit. So good job, Jenny. Next we have Brianna. Here's Brianna's before and after, and this one's superb. I love the purples. The purples go so good here, honestly. Like I love the purple lights in the buildings, in the reflection, in the tailgate, the tail lights. I think this is just a really good edit. The greens look great here. It's the color fusing is awesome. So I really think this is a really good edit. It's a really cool one. It's different. I like it. It's still it's dark, and I like that. I feel like it goes really with the vibe. So really cool job on this one, Brianna. Last but not least, we have Nick. Here's Nick's before and after. Nick also went with the cooler vibe, which I think flows really well here, and he didn't overdo it like me and Dom did, so like it still has like the dark feel, which I think looks really cool here. The colors just look really nice. I like the darker vibe with the blues. It just looks slick, and then the rest of the photo didn't get overdone by the blues, so I think this is a really simple edit, but a really effective edit. I like the colors. The colors really pop well here, so this is a really cool job. So good job, Nick. I'm proud of you. So that has been week 16, week 17 of FroManMark's editing challenge. If you want to see more, there's plenty of more videos from the past few weeks to check out if you want to see more of these fantastic edits that all of you guys have been doing at home. And if you would like to enter the editing challenge, shoot me an email with the link down below and I'll get you started. It's fun. There's no wrong or right way to do anything, so like, what do you gotta lose? Like, try it out. It's cool. Do something creative. Do something different. So I've been Mark. You've been you. And I know you're waiting. You want to see what the next week's photo is going to be. And drum roll, please, for weeks 18 and 19. That's so crazy. Here are the photos. They're on screen now, so can't wait for you guys to see them. You're gonna have 2 weeks to edit the photos, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna do a brand new episode where I'm gonna review all the photos, and I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna do. So thank you so much for checking out FroManMark's editing challenge. I've been Mark. You've been you. I'll see you next time. Peace.
FroManMark's editing challenge.